Something that has always bothered me with Bungie is that they seem so disconnected with their community, and what I mean by that isn't exactly that they're not shouting at the community. Like, for example, on Bungie News, they're shouting at a community member called Crips, which is fair enough. They're giving acknowledgement to creators. That's fine. But for the overwhelming majority, it seems like everything they do seems to miss the mark. If you want any evidence of this, look no further than the Crucible. It has been neglected so badly that everyone is just completely outraged by it. Not to even mention that the new raid was such a flop that people are just genuinely really upset with Bungie. And that's not even talking about the DLC Lightfall. But the question I'm wondering is, how on earth do they keep missing the mark so much when they have literally any tools at their disposal where they can get a hold of the community and ask them what they actually want? And what bothers me the most is they've done the right thing in the past, but they haven't doubled down on it, because it would be such a massive benefit to do that. And that is literally this email right here. They send emails out to their own community asking them to vote on things. This is literally a golden bullet that they just don't double down on at all. Because by doing this, you are literally giving the community what they want, because everybody's voting on it. It's something that they want. And the same can be said for the Festival of the Lost cosmetics as well. Like, everybody voted on the mech armor. We got the mech armor, and we were all happy with it. So why doesn't Bungie double down on this when it comes to things like making PvP content, PvE content, just what kind of things we want to see in the game? And this is where I think they can learn something really crucial from a little company known as Jagex. Obviously, they're not a little company. They are pretty much popularly known because they own RuneScape, which is one of the biggest MMOs. And RuneScape was originally launched in 2001, so they are 22 years old as of this year, and they are still going strong. And yes, for everybody's information, I do play RuneScape because it's just generally a chill game for me. But it begs the question why RuneScape is so successful and why it's so in touch with its own community. And the answer is incredibly simple that I think Bungie could easily incorporate into their own game, which is this. The poll booth is literally a questionnaire about what people want in the game. So if you go to the new skill community consultation and poll, obviously this one has expired, but you literally get a questionnaire on what you want. And this allows Jagex to get a feel for what the players want in the game, which is fantastic. So for example, in terms of the new skill, what kind of skill would they like to see? And literally 50% of the players voted utility. So already they know half the players want a utility skill, which gives them a great idea to start off of. And not only that, they actually include other questions as well, such as what activities do you enjoy most in game? And PVM, which is bossing, and skilling are pretty much two of the highest ones on here with 76 and 63% respectively. Destiny 2 could literally do something exactly like this, and it would be so easy to implement that it blows my mind they're not doing this already. Because instead of walking around on a minefield all the time and just annoying the community with every single bit of content they make, or in the Crucible's case, the content they don't make, they could literally gauge what the community wants. So from this, they could literally say, what kind of content would you like to see in Season 21, for example? Then you could literally just give two options, PvP focused or PvE focused. Or if you wanted to expand it out even more, you could break it out into little segments. So you could put Battlegrounds on there, you could put Nightfalls on there, you could put Control on there, you can put Trials on there. God forbid you could put Gambit on there. Like, there are so many options you could go with this that it just doesn't make sense why they don't do it. And as for where Bungie could incorporate this, it is very simple. A pretty much neglected terminal sits right here. So whether you would move this into a more public and open area, like let's say for example they make it a bit bigger and put it up here, like somewhere in the public eye that everyone will know where it is. But when you interact with this already, you can just basically claim like archived quests. This is not used at all by any frequent player. Like, it's only there for players that are returning after a long time. Whilst I do think this should stay in the game, you could easily give this to someone like Rahul and they'll take care of it easily. But on top of that, you could actually do another trick with this. You could actually incorporate Bungie.net into this as well. Because as you saw when I was going through the RuneScape poll booth, you could see news about the game as well. So there is literally nothing stopping Bungie from making an API that just sits into a terminal like this, and you can read any of the hotfixes that are in the game or any of the patch notes that are going to be coming along. Not to mention you could read TWABs off of it. There is literally endless possibilities for doing something like that, and it's all on their own website just sitting there. And at the end of the day, if they didn't put a physical terminal in-game, there is nothing stopping them putting a poll on their website itself. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people actually go onto Bungie.net to read the news from time to time. Not to mention when TWABs come out, everybody's flocking to the website to read it. So why not make a post every now and again asking the community what they want so you can keep in touch with them? I don't know, this just seems like an absolute no-brainer for me, but I don't work for Bungie, unfortunately, so I can't even suggest this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because I'm very curious about this idea, and to be honest, I'd love to make enough noise for Bungie to actually do this. I think it would be brilliant if they did. But sorry for like the little rant, if anything, and I'm assuming my mic peaked quite a bit during this video because Yeah, I did raise my voice a little bit from frustration. If I did deafen you, I apologise. That is going to be it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next one.